Hello, I'm going to try to see if we can talk about input and output in Python for files. This is quite different from the way it is in C++. So I'm going to start with a new file here, and what I'm going to do is just put on a list, nothing more, just a list of two items, red and blue. Equal list, red and blue. Now the question will be, how do I print them? And what is there a special way of printing those to see what happens? So I'm going to say 4x in colors. So 4x in colors. What I want to do is print them in a certain way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to print, and I'm going to print a string. So I'm going to print the color is, and here's the formatting idea. I put in braces the number of what I want to, which one of the things I'm about to put in after this I want to print. So the 0th one. Then I put a dot, because this is a method, and then I say format, and I put down what I want to print. So in this case, it's the X from color, and then I end it there. Now let's see if this compiles and runs for us. I have to save it somewhere. C2. I had a syntax error. The machine is mad at me because I put in an extra parentheses there. That's better. I think that'll run now. Yep, and I hope you can see over here that this is what the output is. What happens is it replaces whatever is in the curly Q brackets with the next item in what you're trying to print. So what you want to print is you put here, and you just put a placeholder for it here. Now the placeholder can do much more things. I'm going to try another case now. This time I'm going to work with a dictionary. So I'll have C equal the dictionary, remember that's the curly Q brace, then an item, and then I'll assign 5 to red, for no particular reason, just to have an example. And I'll assign to blue 3.5. And I'll assign to green 6.32. Now I have to be careful. I didn't do a good job of spelling green. Green and 6.32. And then what I'm going to do is print the items in C. Now, for an item in C. And here's where you have to be careful. I'm going to print two parts of it. I'm going to print val for 0 is the bracket again, 1, the first place, and then off in the edge here, I put whatever format I want for it. Now, a format just means what kind of item is it. In this case, it's a floating point number. It has decimal digits. And how many do I want? I just made a mistake. I forgot to put the point in here. I want 2 decimal digits after the decimal point. So this will come in as 632. This will be 3.50, and this will be 500. Then, as I remember, I don't need this yet, but I need to point the dot. And then the format is going to be 2 things. The item, remember we're working in for item in C, and then whatever the value is for this item. Now I think that's it. We'll see in a second. I can't make it fit on the screen better than that. So let's try F5 and see what happens to us. And I put in a semicolon. Never fails. There we are. And I spelled item wrong. All right, down. And over here. I think that's going to cover it. Let's see. Yep. You'll notice these were the 2 from the previous. This says val for, I substitute red, is 5.00. Val for blue is 3.50. And val for green is 6.32. So that's basically a simple example of format, how we manage format. Now I'm going to try something a little more interesting, perhaps. There's a form of a file that is often used in the web called a comma-separated variables. That is, the file has has values, different values, and the values are separated by variables. So what I'm going to do here is bring up one of those files. I copied it from the web. Let me see if I can open it now. It's down here, and I believe it's called SC, and you'll notice it's a .cvs file. Now the top of the file, the first line, has the various names that are in here, and then this is the crime data from Sacramento again. We only need to look at it roughly to get an idea of what's going on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read that file, and I won't have to play a lot of work with breaking it apart. So to do this, I think I'll do it on the same thing. I have to import something.